What is up? Well, this is going to be a fun live stream. And when I say this is going to be a fun live stream, it's not going to be that fun. I am recording it. I will admit, I am currently recording this to the old local memory. Because I'm definitely going to need this live stream for some future stuff. But oh man, immediately got the AI viewers thing. That's funny. Yeah, we'll admit another 275,000 shares at 2554. They've now repurchased 5.1 million shares for 1.11 million, going up to $5 million. They can only purchase 20% or 25% of total trading volume on any given day. I don't know if I think it's like an average trading volume of the last 10 days or such. Luckily, the trading volume has gone up, so the purchases have gone up. You know, in the very beginning of this, when their average trading volume was still down, they were purchasing 80,000 to 100,000 shares at a much smaller price. But now, with the volatility, the volume coming in, they are now purchasing larger amounts of shares at larger and larger prices. Granted, they are only 1/5 of the way now through this share buyback, but lately they have been buying back shares every single day. Now, detractors will talk about past performance of the company, stuff the CEO's done before, the fact that I believe they've had at least one reverse split, negative earnings as they tried to get this company up and off the ground. Now, earnings coming in now, what analysts expect for their next earnings is positive. As you can see, we are kind of dipping a bit this morning, though we were up in aftermarket last week. So this is some overnight trading here. We were up in aftermarket, as you can see. It's about 7:30 at night, and we were popping a little bit. I was expecting a run up on Friday because that's when shorties like to sell. With this a new announcement 2 days ago, another 274,000 shares. So they announced that Friday evening, it looks like. What is the date on this article? 7:17 at 3 p.m. They announced again on Friday evening. So now they're purchasing in the morning and announcing that very afternoon. So I think we're basically going to get the same thing again today. This will eventually start the upward pressure. Let me just get rid of my retirement accounts and stuff. So let's go check out the reg show list from Friday evening. Oh, would you look at that? It's still on there. So Friday, these usually update 11 p.m. every evening. So this would mean day 5 of being on the reg show list, which means that technically speaking, they should, brokerages should be buying shares now to cover the failed to delivers. They legally have to. Whether or not that happens is another thing entirely. I can also show you something else. So, short interest right now is 4.7 million shares. They're saying 0.69 days to cover because they're going off total volume per day. But if you go here, 30-day average volume right now is 14 million, but they're not getting 5 million volume per day right now. So you're talking several days for them to cover. They could ratchet up, but they'll just ratchet the price up. So this right now was a rough dip. I'm not gonna lie. You know, on Manic Money, our our evening show, I definitely talked about. We've been talking about this one. We did open a trade on this thing right around here, right in this level, right where the auto anchor VWAP was about a week ago, and we put our stop loss down basically right around the bottom of these two, this double bottom here. So technically on our show, the double bottom is in. This trade got ended. Our paper demo trading thing. Obviously, I am not out of this trade. I am in options, so. And as you can see right now, I opened a trade on this during this dip here. During this dip day here, expecting basically a reversal after this because, this company just keeps buying shares. But with the small cap crush on Friday, which basically hit all the small caps, wild stuff, and, the reg show, a lot of people when they see these on the reg show, that means that big money is shorting this. They're probably getting out momentarily, if not already, because you got $4 million in dry powder in the company's pockets, and they're just going to keep purchasing every day, taking shares off of the float, and simultaneously driving the price up. So the shorts that are in this now, I mean, if you saw this chart as a short, I know you're probably thinking, oh, this was rock bottom. These prices are over. 20 cents is the real reasonable resistance, obviously. This is kind of looking like an inverted head and shoulders, but I really don't see this going down anymore. Like I said, 5 days on Reg Show, there's going to be restrictions now as far as short selling this goes. I don't understand how these brokerages are able to do all these failed to delivers. If you ever try to short sell on Robinhood or like Charles Schwab, they will tell you point blank, we do not have shares to short. So I don't know how all these failed to delivers are happening. I know a lot of shorting is happening on the dark pool with this, or it was. That's kind of stopping. So now basically what I'm expecting, and this is a bounce play. I got into this. You can see where I entered on Friday, thinking that there was no way after this crush and hitting the 881. I thought for sure this thing was going to bounce. So we got wrecked on Friday. Kind of got wrecked in general. Unfortunately, I was when I started this journey of quitting my job, so that's where we're going to go now. That's where we're going to go now. It's like, I've killed it in investing over the years, but for the last month, I have felt like a total fraud. So while I was shouting out day trades and stuff, for the most part, I was into a few swing trades. And I guess maybe, this was one of them, a VOT. I went pretty hardcore into this. And as you can see in the 1 month chart, we got in up in here. And we ended up getting wrecked here. I got wrecked hardcore on a lot. And that's kind of steamrolled, unfortunately, into wiping out a lot of equity in my accounts, which sucks. It sucks bad. And sometimes you make the bad trade, and it's like super essential to get that stop loss in there. And I'm not worried about this stuff long term. If anything, this has been a great catalyst for me to start working on my different IPs, again, intellectual properties, of which I have several. One in particular is, very close to being finished, so I've just jumped back on that. and I am just rocking and rolling through that. So it's been actually, it's one of those things. If I had jumped into this day trading thing and I had had no problems and everything worked out beautifully, everything worked out great, we killed it. Like, I was shouting out those day trades, 6 out of 8 day trades that killed it. A couple 100% gainers. If I had gotten in on those and executed those trades perfectly, my life wouldn't have changed. So I know that all this stuff is happening for a reason, because I have some fundamental changes I need to make to the structure of my life. And this is how it happens. It does not happen by having it easy breezy. If anything, my life would have gotten significantly worse, as far as personally speaking. So I really think this, honestly, is going to lead to best case scenario for me. I'm recording this because this is a little bit more than manic money right now. I have some other projects too, as far as social media goes. And this has really been motivation to really start pursuing all this stuff. I'm a big gamer. I freaking love gaming. I have a whole gaming PC I built. It's a sick setup. It's usually what I'm on when I'm on here. It doesn't even know I'm streaming. It doesn't know I'm doing the stock stuff. It has no clue. It doesn't even care. This graphics card can, then the RAM I have, I can render 3D models and all kinds of crazy stuff. So doing this is nothing for it. But it's like, had a bunch of money saved up when I started this. Unfortunately, I really screwed up on swing trades. I was supposed to go to day trading, and I should have stuck with the plan. And instead, I became a swing trade-aholic. I'm finding these stocks, and I'm like, all right, we're good. This is good to go. And swing trading right now in small caps, I mean, it was the diciest time because we didn't know what the Fed was going to do, everything else. Basically, I'm not trying to make any excuses. This is my own judgment, And it was like Glucotrack. Jumped in that thing Friday, It was a judgment thing. That was my own judgment. Screwed up, Jumped in here after this huge spike, thinking, there's no freaking way. We're coming down to the 764. Bounce above the 764. Time to jump in. This is confirmation of a trend reversal. It was not. We had small cap crush on Friday. This thing is now like 60% oversold. So I'm looking for this bounce up today. Basically, we're looking at exit today. I'm also going to my old employer today to fill out paperwork to start working again, which sucks. But it's like one of those things. I do not want to just keep going like this and, get destroyed. So yeah, Avant really killed me. Let's check out another one here that really killed me this week. That'd be this one. As you can see, we were going for the 764 bounce. Jumped in here. Took it for certain. We're going to be good. When was this? July 15th? Took it for certain. $5 million milestone payment. We're going to be good. We were not. We were not good. You see this drop. This is insane. Just cratered significantly. And then it just got worse and worse. This was a small account though. So, I mean, it's really pocket change. But it was rough. So, today we're restructuring all this. And I think I'm going to be working the second half of this week. Maybe even the weekend. I got to get back into it. Unfortunately. But that's what happens sometimes, you know, the best laid plans. I'm not willing to start like selling my crap. That's not how I roll. We just go back to work and we make money. And all the bills are paid and stuff. But I mean it hurts cuz I'm just dealing away equity to make these bills. And I have trades that I'm not willing to get out of right now. So, I mean, this one I'll sell these shares. I really don't care. I don't want to take this loss, even though it's minuscule. But you know, things have not been working out on this day trading journey, and I think that was for the best. It's kind of like, uh, you know, pressure creates diamonds, and while it was like I set myself up really well, it really failed splendidly. It blew up in my face faster than I ever could have imagined. And I honestly think it was the perfect thing that could have happened because I'm back into the IPs. I'm going hard on these now. And having to go back to work, granted, it's for a very good company, but having to go back to work is such a hit and it lights such a fire under my bum. It's like, and it's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of coming clean because I wasn't really, you know, I was willing to admit this stuff to myself. I wasn't living in La La Land. Obviously, I do still feel like I can, you know, bounce back from this and I can turn this around with the investing. It just takes one good options play, and then it's like all of a sudden, you know, you take a $2,000 investment and it becomes 20 grand. Like that happens all the time. But still, it's like, you know, and I have, you know, some other money in my future I can't talk about coming. But it's like, you know, I really was not coming clean. I haven't told anybody in my personal life about this. I haven't sat there and said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm making money hand over fist. Life is good." Like, no, I'm bleeding and then bleeding even more to make my bills because, you know, life is more expensive than ever in 2026, as people know. And it's just like, you know, you got truck payments, everything else. So it's like, I would have just kept going status quo, probably living kind of stupid. And now I have the motivation to actually, you know, get this together and do something, which is good. It's what I needed. So while it sucks, it sucks so bad. Especially because I was picking companies like a freaking fiend. You know, it's just oofta, oofta. I'm gonna block this for a second. Don't really want to show you guys my actual Robinhood account because it's embarrassing more than anything. I do want to bring up the screener. Ooh, Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands. Don't touch stuff in the Cayman Islands. Ugh. So this is the screener today. Just looking at it, getting a quick scan, I see a lot of the same old stuff, and I would immediately be like, yeah, I don't want to take a trade. All right, all right. Yeah, none of this stuff looks attractive to me. It just, ugh. We got low volumes today, too. I don't know if some of this was just, you know, institutions just playing with people with the whole PD pattern day trading thing nowadays. It's rough. This one was rough. We're obviously getting small rebounds this morning. I mean, obviously, you can see where the small cap crush hit the bottom on the 17th. These are algorithmic high frequency trading bots. So when you're trading, that's who you're competing with. Cosmo's actually looking good. Red candles, just a bullish engulfing candle. Order book is super thin and volume is down. But yeah. Oh, we got one viewer. So, looking for a rebound on this today. I mean, obviously it's already doing it. You see this giant green candle this morning. The amount this thing is short sold is crazy. So, auto anchor VWAP's up here. I think if this makes its way back to 50, it'll probably rocket through there a substantial amount still. I'm going to be eyeing an exit on that one. Probably eyeing an exit on the shares of this one because I have the options. And who knows? We might get out of all these stocks today. And go with that one options play, which I like. We're going to be setting up the small account because Corey is now has his own small account going. So we have the small account challenge, which is all going to be documented. All the trades are going to be, put out there for you to see. But it should be interesting. Unfortunately, I don't like any of this stuff. Obviously, K-Wave is already rebounding. But still, with this pattern and stuff, 81 million volume. We got a market cap of 10 million. Bar rates over 100%. We're closer to the 52-week low than the 52-week high. Cayman Islands, they're totally exempt from SEC requirements of filing for the record. So if you see that, why is this doing that? I don't know why that's doing that. They're totally exempt from SEC requirements. I wouldn't take any faith on this. Your day trade should be solid. Obviously, if you're gonna you can get into momentum trades on crappy companies. It all has to do with price action. Really, at the end of the day, it's just the confidence. And like I said, this one right here, look for shorts to cover. You see that a next giant leg up. They just did a merger. See, we have 8,000 sell order now in the order book here. So, but this one is a beautiful rebound play. As you can see, we're moving right up to auto-anchored VWAP. So auto-anchored VWAP is a beautiful indicator because it looks at volume. So if stock price crushes down with zero volume, so therefore algorithmic trading stepping it down with short sells and low volume, it's going to take that into account and it adjusts accordingly. Same thing if it goes up on low volume, on slim volume. So basically, I'm eyeing that one for an exit today. I'm ready to cut my losses, even though they're minimal. Same thing with this one. We're restructuring completely. Now let's check out OSRH. because this was my winner of last week. And as you can see now, we're getting ugly chart pattern now. So I will be watching this one all the way into October. Because this one is a long hold candidate. As you can see, I got in around here. I saw this price action, waited for this dip, jumped in here, and you know, I rode it up to right around here-ish. So I got most of this move. Now I'm looking for healthy consolidation, which this is. Thanks for the chat, Martix Love. Yes, this is a very chill place, especially this morning. We are rethinking our entire lives today after Friday's trading. So yeah, definitely in a weird spot here. Refresh the screener. But yeah, I'm just not seeing anything I like here. Like maybe if I got in at 4 a.m. I could have found something. But as far as a Monday goes, I mean, it's hard to expect much on a Monday. See some of the usual suspects. Vision Marine, that one's been Picard Medical, that one's been bouncing around. GPUS, obviously with Bitcoin up, GPUS is making its way back onto the screener. Let's check out Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin making a good move today. That was nice. Bam. Bam. So Bitcoin, as you know, I'm calling for 80K this summer on Bitcoin. We definitely have a trend reversal now this month. We've been up most of this month. I don't think it's going to be any different. I think you just keep getting higher lows here. We got ETF inflows coming in now. It's looking good. And then you got other companies investing into Bitcoin now. MicroStrategy is selling shares. So actually, you know, with Bitcoin moving up to 80K, if MicroStrategy sold shares, oh, we got to check that out. Guaranteed that price cratered. It doesn't say they bought any new Bitcoin. And I mean, really, this thing is showing a lot of resilience still. I'm not going to lie. To still be up near $100 is crazy. I mean, we had the dip when Bitcoin dipped bad in June. But for them to sell hundreds of millions in shares, when did they do that? Right here, 6 days ago. $500 million shares sold. Dilution 6 days ago, and we're getting a nice double bottom. If Bitcoin moves up to 80K, forget about it. It's going to be looking good. Cosmo Health, obviously, I like long term. I think we're moving to $1 at least. OSRH, I like long term, and I know these ones are not typical stocks you'd want to get into long term. You know, the price is under $1 and they're on the NASDAQ. I'm telling you right now, Both of those stocks are going to make their way back above $1. I say I bet money on it, but I kind of already did. And Cosmo with the reg show list. Woo-wee. Let's see, what other ones do we have? Is Glucotrack on there? No. That's crazy. That Glucotrack is not on there. It's kind of interesting. Sky Quarry's on there. That's wild. Some of these stocks have been doing very well, and they're on here, which is wild. Blue Jay Diagnostics. It's wild to me. Like, stocks aren't supposed to spend a month on that list, and you get stocks spending a month on that freaking list. It's literally criminal. Were we just checking out OSRH? Yeah, that's looking like a dip today. That's not looking good. When you see like a bearish engulfing candle like this, right back down to the VWAP, you can probably expect. See, I'm thinking right now a consolidation of 40 cents would be super healthy. And that's, you know, maybe even like, let's check out the Fibonacci. Because having a multi-day run like this, especially when that CVR record date is so far out, you know, probably about a month out now. I think it's August 14th. Like, to have a retracement to the 0.5 would be pretty healthy right now. This thing will become a massive short sell target if it just keeps, you know, going up like this. And that can take all steam out of this thing. Especially you see it touched 30 cents. Wild. Wild. Everybody was talking this thing's dead. And sure enough, damn. Right up to 50. So like a consolidation would be healthy. I wouldn't even call this a very healthy consolidation. It did go below the auto anchor VWAP in there. But 0.5, even better, the 618. You know, but I'm thinking we will get down below the 0.5, but I'm thinking 40 cents is the best you can hope for here. Not financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my own thoughts on it. So I'm definitely watching this one. Let's go back to Glucotrack this morning. A lot of green volume. He's just stepping down now on very low volume. You got 40,000 shares traded. Ratchet this thing up to 47 cents real quick. And you got a quarter of that volume bringing it down. You can be assured this thing's probably going to pop up higher today. Obviously, the health of the overall market's very important when you're trading small caps. Short sellers, they're skittish creatures. They flee at the single smallest shred that something might go up. They're a very scared little creature. And yeah, the markets are up today. Bitcoin's up, SPY's up, QQQ's up. Obviously, you can get a reversal of that in the morning. But I think the markets have digested the whole war in the Middle East thing now. They're picking winners. Obviously, stuff that is associated with anything war, oil, is doing real well right now. Bitcoin's probably up because it's seen as a safe haven asset. And it really had momentum going for it here into the summer. Like I said, I've been saying for a long time, 80K at some point this summer. And then I think we're going to get a red September. So most people expect Bitcoin to be green in September because Bitcoin is usually green in September. I don't think it's ever had a losing September. But now that Bitcoin has become so mainstream, everybody knows these facts. And it would be so fitting for market makers just to crush Bitcoin out come September. I mean, that's what I would do. We're a year and a half out from halvening, which is probably the main price catalyst for Bitcoin typically. Cosmo, I believe this one was OSRH. We'll be keeping an eye on that, but it's not anything that we are invested in this morning. My main crypto stock play is Avant Treasury. As you can see, this thing is trading very range bound for the past week, and we're starting to get like a really nice bottom thing. This is almost like an inverted head and shoulders, but with another leg down after that small crap crush on Friday. I'm just waiting for them to basically announce their $200 million purchase of Avalanche coin. See, this is another one. Let's go 1 day. That's got down to the 1 minute candles, so we can see what's going on with this thing this morning. But yeah, that one had some significant volume. So we had a huge short sell this morning. That's 100% a short sell. 8:13 a.m. That is not people selling their shares at this point. Everyone who's going to sell their shares, at least as far as like between the 20-30 cent region, they've sold. If this thing drops to 20 cents, that's when it'll be time to worry, because then you could see a mass exodus of shares. And then that's when my option play goes long term, 6 months. And hoping that earnings plays out nicely. So yeah, that's basically it for the day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not taking any day trades today. I wasn't planning on it. I have a lot of crap to do today. Like I said, I gotta go to my old employer, get back in their system and stuff, talk to some people, a little reconciliation action, stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting day for me. But I'm probably going to go do that now. So wish me luck on that. We're going to bang out that this morning, because I will probably be back on a construction site. Thursday, maybe. So yeah, nice short and sweet stream. I was trying to record some stuff for a different video on a different channel, but I'll do that later. Maybe draw up a little script and stuff. Yeah, that's all, my party people. Good luck out there. You know what I'm into. You know why I'm into it. I still have faith in a lot of these, but like I said, I'm going to wait for things to kind of play out a little bit today and then restructure this and really switch up my tactics going forward. Yeah.